Hi friends, this is Dr. S.K. Pandey with a new topic, World Constitutions. The students of political science study constitutions of different countries. Universities across India and in many parts of the world prescribe the study of world constitutions. Generally, we study the constitutions of United Kingdom, United States of America, Japan, China, Australia, Canada, and Switzerland. The university curriculum includes all these constitutions and maybe many more. It's quite natural to raise the question, why to study these constitutions? How does this help the student of political science? The simple answer of these questions is here. Getting the ideas about different polities makes us clear conceptually. We also come to know about the constitution and constitutionalism. In what manner different polities evolve. We get the answer of this very question as well. A comparative analysis between presidential and parliamentarian system is always going to strengthen our thought. In the age of globalization, when Marshall McLuhan's idea of global village is coming true, studying important constitutions is a prerequisite to know different pros and cons of this very concept. Fine, so we will be starting with unveiling the British Constitution. Very interesting constitution indeed. Superficially, we know that this is an unwritten constitution. The king is here and very important as well. The British monarchy is still existing in 21st century. The royal family of United Kingdom has always been a subject of curiosity for the student of political science and of course in many other disciplines. Besides, we also come to know about the British Parliament that it's a powerful absolutely. So here are the details. Recently, general elections in the United Kingdom were concluded with outstanding performance of Labour Party. This is a landslide victory of the Labour Party there. The party gets 411 seats in the House of Commons. This doesn't include that of Speaker. On the other side, the Conservatives had to lose 250 seats in these elections. The vote share of the Conservatives declined from 40% in 2019 to 25% now. The Labour shares 35% votes but would gain approximately 60% of space in the House of Commons of the United Kingdom. These elections were held on the basis of the first past the post system. First past the post system, or FPTP, is a system where voters can vote in favor of a single candidate only. Since an MP is to be elected from each constituency, the political party has only one candidate. Voters have list of candidates belonging to different political parties. The candidate securing the largest number of votes is declared elected from this particular constituency. The Westminster system is practiced in many countries like India, United States, Canada, and some Caribbean and African countries. However, the countries like Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Ireland have stopped using this FPTP system. Sir Keir Starmer is now the UK's new Prime Minister as a result of these general elections. On the other side, the Conservative Party lost significantly in these elections, having been in power for the last 14 years with 5 Prime Ministers. Rishi Sunak left the 10 Downing Street as the last Prime Minister of the Conservative Party these years. Rishi Sunak resigned from his post while offering his resignation letter to the British monarch King Charles III. The new Prime Minister says changing a country is not like flicking a switch. Changing a country is not like flicking a switch. The world is now a more volatile place. These are the words of the newly elected Prime Minister of Britain. He further says that this will take a while, but have no doubt the work of change will begin immediately. Sir Keir Starmer is the new to politics because he has spent most of his active years in practicing law as the most senior criminal prosecutor in the UK so far. These political developments in the United Kingdom propel the interest to know more about the political system of this country. Today, I'll be talking on some important aspects of the British polity. According to Freeman, the continual national life of the people, notwithstanding foreign conquests and internal revolutions, has remained unbroken for 1400 years. The English polity is an outcome of evolution and has always been in same process. The English constitution has evolved through many periods like Anglo-Saxon period, Norman period, Angevin or Plantagenet period, Tudor period, Stuart period, and Hanover period, the last. The Anglo-Saxon period witnessed many developments. Many political institutions started to get their shape. Magnum Concilium and Curia Regis emerged in this age. These were the predecessors of today's cabinet or council of ministers. In Angevin or Plantagenet period, political institutions were revived by the King Henry II. He gave the legal basis to these institutions. He brought distinctions between the judicial and administrative functions of Curia Regis. Privy Council was the outcome of these developments in the later years. During Tudor period, the efforts were made to introduce the balance of power and control among various institutions. Tudor period is known for monarchic despotism. However, many institutions kept on growing, especially the Parliament. It is said that even Queen Elizabeth would seek advice from the Parliament on some momentous occasions. House of Lords was more powerful than the House of Commons in these years. Even then, the House of Commons has become powerful in the legislative affairs. During the Stuart period, the conflict between the Parliament and the King obstructed the growth and development of political institutions in England. James IV, a cousin of Queen Elizabeth, believed on the divine theory of state. He was crowned as James I. He tried to push ahead his royal prerogatives. This finally resulted into a civil war during the times of Charles I. He finally had to sign the Petition of Rights in 1628. With Glorious Revolution, the Stuart period ends. After the Stuart period came the Hanover period. Bill of Rights is one of the most important developments during these times. Adams calls this document as a written attempt in the constitutional history of England. Anyway, this document established the supremacy of British Parliament. Glorious Revolution is a major milestone in the constitutional history of England. The decline of powers of monarchy paved the way for the House of Commons becoming more people-centric. New rise in the cabinet system and birth and growth of British party system are some of the major developments of these evolutions. Having gone through the historical developments responsible for the evolution of modern British polity, let's go further details to know more about the British political system. It is said that the British Constitution is just like a river which glides slowly but steadily. No doubt that the British political system has given spectacular democratic institutions to the world. However, there are many doubtful aspects associated with the British polity as well. The famous author of Democracy in America, Alexis de Tocqueville and Thomas Paine, believe that the British has Actually, no constitution. Penn goes on to say that if there is no visibility of the constitution, of course, no constitution exists altogether. Thomas Paine had responded to Burke as well. He said that if Burke can't exhibit the hard copy of English constitution, there really exists no such constitution. These intellectuals may be true in their opinion, but in de facto, they are wrong. Why? Because they present a particular side of the British polity and certainly not its entirety. No doubt that the most of the constitutional developments in England are an outcome of evolution. They are based on practice, but a number of provisions are well documented as well. Actually, no constitution in the world is fully written or unwritten. We need to understand this before we go more deep to know more and more about the British polity. Friends, this would have given you a broader picture of the British polity. This means the historical introduction of the British polity. In the next podcast, we would understand the sources of the British Constitution. That's it from me. We'll appreciate your reactions. Thanks for listening to me.